Hi, everybody. My name is Ashley, and this is the IDTMyWay podcast, where we explore innovation, design, and technology, and the ones that do it their way. Today, I am joined by Atmospheric Plasma Solutions with CEO and President Glenn Astolfi and Jeff Palveka, who is the PLASMABLAST sales manager. So, Jeff and Glenn, thank you so much for joining me. I'm excited to have y'all.
Yeah, terrific. Really glad to be with you this afternoon.
Thank you.
Awesome. Of course. Thank you. Oh my goodness. So with that, before we really get into the incredible technology that APS offers the industry, I really want to talk about you guys really quickly and kind of just, I guess, Glenn, we'll start with you. Tell me a little bit about how you even got involved in this industry and and just how you got involved with APS overall.
Yeah, terrific. Glad to tell you this story. Really, what captured me is this is groundbreaking technology. What we do is not done anyplace else in the world. And as a lifelong entrepreneur, innovation's always been the key to me. You've got to have some differentiation from what exists. In my career, that existed in things I've done in the retail space, in retail stores and online stores, in financial services, because I'm an entrepreneur. I come from a diverse background. But when I got a sense of this underlying technology, it first made me want to invest. Then I became on the board of directors and ultimately took the role of chief executive officer here because I could see the potential of changing. You know, change isn't easy, and in this type of expo we're gonna be doing with you all here soon is a great chance to show people some new technology, because this story of our technology, it's a great American story. It was the technology discovered by accident. Our founder and chief technology officer, Pete Yancey, was doing something different at his lab bench at North Carolina State University. He was running a plasma when he went and talked to a coworker. And when he came back, he saw that this plasma, the core of our technology, atmospheric plasma, was taking away the paint on the sample he had underneath the plasma beam. Had not intended for that to happen. So discovery, right? From there, the US government invested in this technology. Our US Department of Defense has spent a lot of money advancing this. So today our systems are deployed with the US military.
Wow.
And deployed with the allied nations militaries around the world. So that was a big investment that you and I and other taxpayers did. Now, what we've done is brought this to a commercialization. So what the folks are going to see in this expo, I'm sure they have not seen anywhere else before because it's the only place that exists. And so we're excited to take this next step in our process. And we think this industry, oil and gas, midstream, and those partners are going to get this and find great uses for it.
Yes, I love it. No, I have seen the technology in action. And so I'm super excited that we get to talk about it. Jeff, I guess I want to ask you also how you got involved in industry and specifically how you got involved with APS, because you are kind of the main sales guy and you're the one that gets to go around the country and show people all the fun technology. So how did you end up being involved with APS?
Well, I'm a commercialization specialist. So at the end of the day, I mean, I love technology. And when I saw what APS was actually doing with cold plasma, I mean, from my standpoint, it was something brand new that I hadn't never seen before. I hadn't seen where something could actually, you could change a coating into carbon dioxide and water vapor. I never even heard of that before. I'd been around laser technology and a lot of coatings and metrology technology to where I was basically on the side where we measured coatings but not removed them. So I thought that this was a very, very unique technology. And I've been all over the world studying technology. And so I basically never saw this before and thought it was extremely unique and said, this is something that would be really, really interesting and challenging to go into different marketplaces and introduce them into this type of technology. And find those niches. So I find the technology extremely interesting, very advanced, and it was I felt like it was going to be a great challenge to go out and to introduce different industries to the technology itself.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that, you guys have really touched on, I love this concept that it was really an accident how this technology was discovered and implemented. So with that, and Jeff, you kind of just touched on it, but what is the key offering? What is the key principle and uses of the technology that you guys have created to the industry and really to the world, since, you know, the government's using this as well?
Yeah, I'll jump in there. So a couple terminology things. So let's introduce atmospheric plasma coating removal and surface preparation. That's what we're doing. We want to focus on the process here as much as the technology, because we want this not just to be a science experiment, but to be productive for our partners. But I'm going to give you a little bit of science to start. What we do is we use electricity and air to create a beam of plasma. Not plasma like blood. That's what my neighbors think when I tell them I work for a plasma company. But plasma like the fourth state of matter. If you think about a solid, you add energy, you get a liquid. Ice becomes water. Water with more energy becomes steam. Steam, gases can become a plasma. What we do is we use that energetic state of molecules in the air being so energetic that we can actually convert paints and coatings into carbon dioxide, water vapor, and a dust. They almost magically, when you look at it, go away.
Wow.
Has many value propositions, but one of the key among those is this is a cold plasma, which means that it's plasma at lower temperatures. Often, if you think of an industrial plasma state, you think of a plasma cutter, right? Think of something very hot. And those type of tools have been around a long time. Cold plasma, meaning a plasma that might be 100, 200 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what's unique about what we do, and that it can do that work, as well as has other benefits besides taking the paint away. It can prepare that surface to receive the new paint or the new adhesive much better and much stronger, which is a lot of what we'll be talking about when we come out to the expo. So within that, we do this plasma beam, but on top of that, the way we deliver that plasma beam to the work site, it's a small tool, 35 pounds, single person carryable, runs on shop air and electricity. There are no special gases involved here. System is highly ruggedized. It's going to go on the back of your F-150. It's going to get to the job site, set up in minutes, deploy quickly. Operators learn to use this tool in hours, not days or weeks. And it's a safe tool to use. Like anything, you could be dumb and hurt yourself, but you'd have to go out of your way. This is a safe tool for the job site. So I'm giving you a few minutes with the value propositions here, but that's the core message about what we do and how we think we can contribute to a work site.
That's awesome. So with that, I guess either one of you guys could probably touch on this, but what is the value that this kind of technology really adds to industry, specifically oil and gas, because that's kind of what we're focusing on for the IDT Expo event. But how is this beneficial to people?
Well, you know, at the end of the day, when we went into the midstream industry, pipeline industry, the technology has two unique attributes. And Glenn touched on a couple of them, but the first unique attribute is the surface preparation that the technology is able to do without damaging the substrate or deforming the surface in any way or removing any metal from the substrate. So you can go over very, very thin wall pipes and damaged assets in the field without damaging those any further than the elements have already damaged them. So that's that's one of the first unique characteristics of the system. No other mechanical tool will actually give that to you. Grip blasting, what would it be? Grinding, needle gunning, any of those wire wheel, any of those types of mechanical technologies are going to damage the substrate, and they're going to potentially create damage that's even worse than what's already actually there. So our technology will not do that. And as we showed with your team there, we could basically do surface preparation over a 1 millimeter thick pipe without doing any deforming of the pipe surface or damaging it in any way. And then the second key attribute to the system is once the surface preparation has been done, we create a tremendous amount of adhesion. And it's chemical adhesion, different from mechanical adhesion. We're bonding at the molecular level. And so with that chemical adhesion that we create, if you're going to do a repair or recoat that actual substrate, that coating and or adhesive will adhere very, very well to that substrate because of the adhesion that the tool has created on the surface. So those are the two key attributes that basically really lend itself very, very well into the midstream pipeline industry, also in downstream and upstream. All of oil and gas can greatly benefit from a PB7000 type tool.
Absolutely. That's so cool. And I guess, because you did mention that, yeah, you are working with our ADV integrity team here. Do you want to talk a little bit more about kind of the specific things that it's being used for within our test lab or anything like that?
Well, ADV integrity, the critical thing here is when we enter any market, Glenn and I basically analyzed some of the leading players in the marketplace, and ADV integrity from an engineering standpoint was one of the leading players in the midstream market. And so we want to work with leading companies and leading engineering firms in prospective markets, and in the midstream, obviously ADV is it. So working with ADV gives us basically the expertise we needed to have in order to understand the industry and understand the industry requirements, what is required by the midstream industry to be successful. And ADV basically helped kind of pave that path and kind of spell that out. So we had a really good understanding of what we needed to do in order to be successful with our technology.
And I think, Jeff, it was also that there's no doubt the technology is cool. You'll see a video or you'll see it in a trade show. You'll see it's neat, it's innovative, but at the end of the day, it has to be a process that's successful. And we knew by coming to an industry and doing some groundwork first to get a set of data to prove ourselves out, not just by one quick demo, but by really building a use case supported by data. So what we've done is we've done this work with ADV to fully document in a realistic scenario what a repair could do and what it could save. So rather than us just pitching a product, we can now say, here's a process by which you can save repair costs, you can increase your sustainment time, so that we're presenting a solution to folks, not just not selling a new technology.
That's awesome. I love the point behind the testing, because I mean, my dad loves y'all's technology. And so he's really excited to be able to partner with you guys to really validate it and really make sure and prove to the industry, yes, we can use this technology for the safety of others and to really advance our technology from where it is right now. So that's awesome.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome. Sweet. Well, I guess with that, since we're already talking about ADV integrity, let's switch it up to IDT Expo. We are so pumped to have you guys at our June 4th event. I think more people, I've heard from several people, including Steven Garcia from Ameriscan, how they love your technology and they're so excited to have you at this event. So with that, what is some of the value that you guys saw in IDT Expo that really made you guys want to participate in our upcoming June 4th event?
Well, IDT Expo, everyone comes to one place. So we have all the engineering firms, all the midstream guys, some downstream guys join in, but really the most important thing is you have key industry people that are all coming to one location. And so we can basically showcase our technology and visit and network with a large group of people that are all leaders in that specific industry, and really cover a lot of ground at the IDT Expo. And I think that's what makes it very unique and really great. It's a mini trade show. And really at the end of the day, but what I really saw that was interesting about IDT Expo was, again, most of the people that are there are really leaders in their particular industry segments, especially in the midstream. And so you really are talking to key decision makers and key players within that market segment.
That's awesome. And I know you are going to be the highlight for a lot of people's experience at IDT Expo, but what are you specifically looking forward to at the event, Jeff?
I'm just looking forward to going and showcasing the PB7000M and also talking about some of the great testing results that we have related to the midstream industry, some of the great surface preparation results we've had, some of the great adhesion results we've had, and basically talking about those with industry leading experts there at IDT Expo.
That's awesome.
Don't-
Well, we are so
don't you
excited
also-
to have you.
Don't you also think the fact that the proof is that a Longhorn can work with an Aggie should also be?
It's amazing.
It really should be
The
documented.
technology is unbelievable. What the PV7000 and cold
I
plasma
love
can
it.
do is incredible.
Can bring together
I can
and
bring together two schools like that and
Exactly.
sit within 3 feet of one another.
just prove a lot.
Man,
Unbelievable.
I
Unbelievable.
love it. That's awesome. That's so cool. I love that so much. No, thank you for willing to put your hand across the aisle, Glenn, and work with us Aggies. We need all the help that we can get. So.
Yeah, that's right.
I love it. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. For our viewers and audience listening and watching, if you guys want to come out and see Jeff and the APS team here on June 4th, please, please, please register. It's free. We have an online and an in-person option for our June 4th event. All you have to do is go to idtexpo.com, register for free. Just let us know you're coming and we will see you there. But Jeff and Glenn, thank you guys so much for just sharing about your incredible technology. Man, we really appreciate you guys and we can't wait to see you on June 4th.
Fantastic. Thank you for the time today. Look forward to seeing you there.
Awesome. See y'all later. Bye.
Bye.